Hey, what's going on, guys? Destructinator here, and today what I have for you guys is another Black Ops 3 gameplay. This time it is Nuclear with Every Gun, episode 12, with the Haymaker fully automatic shotgun with dark matter camo. Before we get into the video, guys, please be sure to leave a like. Let's see if we can hit 100. That would be awesome. It is the Haymaker and it is dark matter. It took me quite some time to get this gameplay, so the likes are appreciated. I'll leave a link to the previous episode of Nuclear with Every Gun in the top left, the class setup I'm using in the top right, and as always, the playlist with every Nuclear with Every Gun episode is in the description. So moving right along into the gameplay here, guys. Like I said, it's a Haymaker Nuclear on Fringe with dark matter camo. I don't think you can get much better than this. Getting a shotgun Nuclear on Fringe was pretty unexpected. I believe we joined into this game a little bit late and I just kind of stayed because the lobby looked good, but it ended up actually being pretty awesome to get a gameplay like this. I did play very tactically at some points in the gameplay, so this Nuclear is probably a little bit slower than you guys are used to seeing from me. I did cut it up a little bit so you guys only get the really entertaining parts, but I had to make sure I played really carefully with the Haymaker on Fringe. Fringe is one of those interesting maps in Black Ops 3 where it sort of has really long lines of sight, like from the barn to the sort of house window, but there's also down the train tracks, that's a really long line of sight, and you can go behind the car and look at ADOM, but there's also some really close quarters areas, sort of next to the train track in that little room. You can get in the barn or in grandma's house, I believe is what it's called, or, you know, right next to the grandma's house there's a sort of wooden shack, the middle building by B. So you have this interesting combination of really short, close range areas mixed with really long range areas that you sort of have to run between to get from one short range area to the next one. And that's a lot of what this gameplay was. You know, I'd get a VSAT, I'd get a bunch of kills around where I was, and if they'd flip, I'd made sure they were all out of that spawn and then sort of go from cover to cover getting to the other side of the map. And this sort of goes to a bigger theme in Black Ops 3 and Call of Duty in general of playing maps how you should play them with the gun you have. Every map pretty much has some close quarters and some long range areas, you know, even though there might be more close quarters or more long range, every map has a combination. So if you're using a short range gun, stick to the short range areas. If you're using a long range gun, stick to the long range areas. It seems pretty obvious, but it's very hard to do in practice. But either way, let's talk a little bit about the Haymaker for a bit. The Haymaker is pretty fun to use. It's basically like the AA-12 from Modern Warfare 3, the fully auto shotgun. A lot of fun to run around and just blast people to smithereens with. It's definitely not as bad as I thought it would be at first. I think the KRM and the Brecci are worse than the Haymaker. If you wanted a good shotgun, I would go with the Argus and then the Haymaker right after. The only thing you do have to be careful about is the range. I did have long barrel on in this gameplay, but even still the range is super small. You won't be getting kills from very far away, as expected with a shotgun. One tip for using the Haymaker, and this applies to other guns in Call of Duty as well, but especially the Haymaker with its low range and lower damage, is don't take a shot unless you know you can kill the guy. If you're gonna run up behind someone, wait until you're really close to them and then shoot them in the back of the head. It's very easy to get carried away and shoot at someone you can't hit, so just be sure to not do that. But either way, guys, we're just about to wrap up the video, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, please leave a like if you did. Let me know what gun you'd like to see next in the comment section down below. My name is Destructinator, and I'll see you guys later.